What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Nitro Gaming. Today, we're talking, unfortunately, about the state of Team of the Season. And I understand that I'm not the first one to give my opinion on this. In fact, I've seen a lot of different people in the community, from Nepenthez to Matt HD Gamer, RTFM. There's so many people who have been giving their input on how EA Sports have executed Team of the Season and really the entire year of FC25 in terms of the content, the power curve, the gameplay. But I have a very specific opinion and perspective on this as somebody who really just grinds the menu content, as somebody who focuses on the market. I wanted to give my opinion on what exactly I think EA have done wrong with how they've attacked this year's content cycle. I think they could have done so much better, and quite frankly, they are killing the game super early this year, and I don't really blame you if you've already quit the game. I think a lot of people have, because there's so much that we can talk about. We're going to get into all of it in today's video. Drop a like right now if you haven't yet. We're going to go for 100 likes today. Subscribe to the channel, and let's hop into it. Do you guys need coins in FC25 Ultimate Team? Well, U7Buy has you covered. It's cheap, it's fast, and it's safe with 24/7 online customer support. Even big creators use it, and it has over 40,000 positive reviews. Make sure to use my link down in the description and use code NITRO for an extra 8% at checkout. And on top of all of that, you'll get a 19% newcomers coins bonus. Whether we like it or not, the cycle is eventually going to come to an end every single year. FC25 will turn into FC26, and it's been that way every single year before this. Every single time, we're going to see this game die. But some years, it happens much earlier than others. And I think a lot of us agree that this year, if you didn't say that it died after Team of the Year, you're definitely saying it died during Team of the Season. Because we can go through and open guaranteed Team of the Season packs, huge 83 plus times 10s, and even bigger packs than that. And quite frankly, it's just not that exciting. I'll open packs throughout the entirety of today's video, and even when we get a pretty color like purple or blue pop up, it's just, I mean, who cares? It's not really that exciting in the end, because even if you are to get something that's decent, it's probably not going to end up being worth that much. And even if you do get something that's worth a lot, like let's say a Virgil van Dijk or a Tot Salah, it's not going to be worth that much for very long, because the power curve goes very quickly now, and it'll change what's meta right now to what's meta next week. And if you started this game today, you'd probably have a better team in a week than somebody who grinded the game for the first 6 months of the year, because that's just how the game works now. But it wasn't always like this. Back in FIFA 14, if you packed a Team of the Season card, hell, even if you packed a good Team of the Week card early in the year, that might be a card you see in your endgame team. I had Gold Maria Goetze in my endgame squad in FIFA 14. And that was one of the games that I can confidently say made it to the very end of the cycle. Once FIFA 15 came out, I still went back and played some FIFA 14. I still enjoyed it because it was just a complete game. And it didn't take EA Sports coming out with another team and another team and another promo and another promo. But one of the big problems with this, because we've seen the back-to-back-to-back-to-back promos for the entire year since FIFA 19, and that was actually probably the worst iteration in the history of this game, actually, because FIFA 19, it was just atrocious. But don't let me get sidetracked, because I could make an entire video on how much I hated FIFA 19. But what I will say is the fact that every single week we get an entire Team of the Season, and it's Bundesliga right now. You've got 11 cards, and then you've got a pretty deep bench. 11 cards plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 more on the bench. That's 22 players. That's already a lot of cards. You can't have 22 players every single week and expect that these cards are not going to change the meta. The fact that there's so many of these cards on the bench that are worth less than 100,000 coins really shows how these cards are just normal. This is the cards that you need to have in your team. It's not a promo team. It's just the new meta. That's all it is. And if you can't get these cards, then, well, you're going to fall behind. You have to update your team. So everything that existed beforehand is now irrelevant. But these aren't the only 22 cards because, of course, now they also have to throw in the off league, which is, a league that might be in the top 10 or top 15 of the world, but not quite. And there's another 11, 12, 13, 14 more cards out there during the exact same week as Bundesliga. But you don't stop there because, of course, they added women to the game last year, and they need another 14 cards. That's 28 plus 22. That's 50 new promo team of the season cards every single week for 6 weeks, making it 300 team of the season cards. 300 team of the season cards. And that doesn't even include the objective cards, the SBCs, and whatever team of the season evolutions come out, which, if you added those, probably upwards of 450 new cards coming out just for team of the season. And the truth is, even if you were to pack a Pernille Harder at 1.8 million coins, you just know that this card is going to be worth about 90,000 coins in a month or two's time once you get promos like Fuddies coming around. So it's really, really hard to get excited about a promo like Team of the Season, a promo that in previous years, back in FIFA 17, back in FIFA 15, back in FIFA 14, and even after that, I think even up until FIFA 20 or 21, you still got very hyped. You would tell your dad you packed a Team of the Season Virgil van Dijk, and he might not even know who that is. That's how excited you'd get for getting one of these cards, but now it's just normal. And so I can go out and I can rip non-stop packs. In fact, I've got 600 packs saved up right now, and I just don't even feel that much desire to actually open them. It's just not that fun. I know that everything that I pack is going to get replaced right away. Nothing that I pack right now could possibly be in my end game team because eventually EA Sports are going to bring out cards that are going to be 99 rated, and you'll be able to do them for free. You'll have completely repeatable 85 plus time 10s SBC to do whatever SBC you want, and you'll have a 99 Messi with 99 stats on everything and 99 all throughout the team for absolutely free. And all you got to do is just grind the SBCs and then open the pack, and then grind the SBCs and then open the pack. And EA Sports seem to think that, well, if the game is dying, all we have to do is bring more things. And this is something that Nepenthes touched on. All we have to do is bring more and more and more. Amora. They just got to bring more cards. Yeah, if we just bring more cards into the game, that'll fix it. That'll bring the hype. It's gotten to the point where it's so saturated with new cards that, you could drop 100 new cards. I don't think it's helping. In fact, I think it's hurting. The health of the power curve is completely gone. We get to Team of the Year, and it becomes absolutely impossible to pack those cards, and quite frankly, it should be. Team of the Year is a spectacular promo with elite cards that are very, very good, and if you pack one, it should be OP. It should be great. It should be rare. And that would be awesome if you didn't come out with a couple promos very shortly after that look just like those cards. That the fact that they get replaced so soon after is just kind of pointless to me. A Team of the Year card should be probably the best cards in the game. They should be cards that last for the rest of the year. And if you want to bring out best of promos towards the end of the year, I don't think that's inherently bad, but a card that was 5 million coins just a month beforehand is now 400K, and everybody has them now because getting them in the best of promo with the repeatable SBCs at the end of the year is just easy as albeit. You just get anybody you want at the end of the year. And so it makes the grind pretty upsetting that you could make this ultimate team early on and somebody could start the game a week after and immediately have a better team because that's how fast the power curve moves. I think there's got to be a better health to it. Instead of bringing out 50 plus cards, and I'm talking we're at 65 or 70 cards every single week now. Instead of doing that, I don't mind women being in the game, but do they need their entire team? Or can you mix them in with one squad of 18 cards? And maybe you have 3 of the women's cards, and then maybe you have 3 of the off-league Turkish league cards, and then you have 11 Bundesliga cards. That way they're a little bit more rare, a little bit more exclusive, and getting a blue flare actually makes you jump out of your seat, because these days it just doesn't. And even if you were to pack a Virgil van Dijk, it would be exciting. You can use that card for a little while. It's just not, it doesn't hit the same as it used to. And maybe that's me being nostalgic, understanding that, yes, I used to be more hyped up about this game than I am right now. That's absolutely true. I just do not get as excited for these packs, but I've also never had 600 packs saved ever in the history of this game. And if I were to have 600 packs saved in FIFA 22, I think that would get me, 100,000 viewers on Twitch, and we would break the internet, and we would have just the greatest time. I'd be jumping out my seat, doing backflips, breaking my neck, and waking up the neighbors. But now if I were to get a Mo Salah, I'd be like, oh, wow, nice. That'll go into my starting 11 for the next 2 weeks until we get summer heat or footies or whatever is going to follow team of the season, because immediately we know those cards are going to have 4 play styles juiced up and going to be even cheaper in SBCs. So it's really, really tough because I do think that EA Sports need to pull back. And I don't think that there's any saving FC25. If you thought that you were clicking on this video and I'd have the solution for FC25, I think we're way in too deep. There's just absolutely no chance at this point that this game is going to be saved. We're already in too deep. They've dropped all these cards and there's no going back. But for FC26, EA Sports, if you are listening, I don't mind going a few days without a promo if that means that these promo cards are more special. If that means that I can use gold cards a little bit longer at the beginning of the year before you drop the first promo. I don't need a promo coming out during the Ultimate Edition of the game. In fact, I don't need a promo really for the first month of the game. My gold cards and Team of the Week are enough. Then you can start dropping promos as we get into November. And then Black Friday can be super special. That's how it really should be. But we enter the year right away, and gold cards are immediately getting phased out of the game. And I think that's one of the most fun parts of the year, building your starter squad and then building it up and up and up. And then you can start dropping promo cards. I'm not saying that we don't need promos. We do, because if we take a look back at FIFA 16, another terrible year. It was so bad in terms of content because, honestly, FIFA 16, even though I was actually really, really good at that game, I didn't really like to play it. You would, FUT Draft was cool for about a week, and then you waited 51 weeks for FIFA 17 to come out. So there is a balance. And I think FIFA 17 is a good example of that balance, because I enjoyed that all the way until the end of the year. You didn't have promo cards every week, but when the promos dropped, they were special. And so it doesn't need to be like FIFA 16 where it's completely dead, but it doesn't need to be like FC 25 where there is just unlimited packs and these dopamine hits and dopamine hits and dopamine hits. It leaves you a little bit disappointed in the end. And that's why the game is dying so early this year, because the power curve moved so quickly, so fast, and now we're getting to team of the season and the cards hardly look any better than the previous promos for the last 4 months. Eventually, they're going to move up to 95 and 96 and 97 rated. They're going to be normal, and the evolutions are going to move to 97. And evolutions we can talk about as well, because quite frankly, all of them look the exact same. The cards get up to 93 rated now. You can use up to like 89s or 90s. There's stat limits on everything. And the stat limits kind of ruin the idea of the evolutions in the first place. It makes it so you can't build a special card that is beyond the power curve. It's just on par with the cards you get out of objectives. It's on par with the cards you get out of SBCs and the cards that, of course, you can pack in your 600 saved packs. So that's my take on it right now. It just doesn't seem to be making it all the way back to September, because right now we are in May, and I would say that the game has died. I don't think that it's going to really have a renaissance either. Sure, we're going to have some promos that might draw us in a little bit. We can have some fun ripping 85 plus times 10s nonstop at some point and building our super God Squad endgame teams towards the end, but I just don't see it coming back. I just need FC 26 to be a little bit more exciting. Now, one thing we do know is the future of FC is starting to get leaked, and FC 26 news is starting to come out. We have this about the future of FC right now. As time goes on, we're going to get more info on FC 26. FGZ News tweeted this. It was a little presentation that EA Sports put together. The heart eyes emoji is not how I feel about this, just a foreshadowing real quick.
There. The building blocks of fandom for younger generations are in creation, expression, and social connection. To capture this, our teams are hard at work on a couple of new projects. They're building unique new experiences,
They're building unique new experiences. It is just a nothing burger.
World playground spaces where you, your friends, and the fan community can come together to experience avatar-based collective play, both competitive and casual. These new experiences will have creativity, connection, and self-expression and emergent gameplay at the forefront. Now, we're talking about two distinctly different experiences.
I know damn well an EA employee didn't say immersion in gameplay is the forefront. Immersion in gameplay is the forefront of your company? Are you sure it's not the FC Point store? Are we sure about that?
Experiences for FC and our American football franchises. And while we're not ready to share more just yet, we're incredibly excited to introduce these new experiences into our ecosystems.
Ecosystems. It's hard to get your hopes up for a company where all you say is, yeah, that's a decent idea, but it's all about the execution. And when it comes to EA Sports themselves, is it ever really executed that well? I'll let you guys answer that for yourselves. I just hate the words he uses. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't dislike the idea. It's like NBA 2K's My Park, but introduce it into our ecosystem. It's just a bunch of BS. They're going to sell us the exact same game, and quite frankly, I don't think that they're going to change anything. I think it's going to be the exact same as FC 25, and by March, it's going to die because the power curve is not going to be any better. It's probably going to be even worse. I have no faith. And there's some other creators that have a little bit more positivity when it comes to this, saying, well, the people who actually work on the game, they're trying to fix the game. They're trying to make it great. They really want to make it great, but it's the higher-ups. The higher-ups make it impossible. And while there might be some truth to that, I just don't think I want to give anybody the benefit of the doubt that works for this company. I mean, it is turned into a game where it just forces a gambling addiction on young kids. The idea that you can just rip packs and packs and packs and packs and packs and get those dopamine hits. And then right when you run out, well, don't worry, because we have 1 billion more in the store that you can buy for the small price of $10 for a 90-plus player pick pack, all right? You can get in for, a quick $30 for an Equalizer, historical, encore player pack. I had a joke about 7 years ago on this channel when I was making fun of EA Sports, saying that there was a premium prime electrum mega gold players pack. It's just so many words. It's become the normal. Equalizer historical encore player pack. I mean, it's just a bunch of hoopla, if I say so myself. So I don't think that the answer is more. And I think that's exactly what EA Sports believe that we need. Is that we need more, is that we need more, is that we need more. And by these leaks, and I'm not exactly sure how reliable these are, but it says, in a meeting with investors, EA promised a revolution in EAFC 26 after the failure of FC 25, which caused a loss of $6 billion in value. The company is focused on delivering an extraordinary experience and developing aggressive audience retention plans. EA are aware of declining player numbers. They are planning something huge for FC 26 to retain players. And that just makes me think that they don't get it. That they don't get that it's not that we need more. We don't need more packs. We don't need more players. We don't need bigger packs. We don't need... it's just not the way. We need less. We need things to be more special. We need you to make these rare. And we need to make sure that when we get a player that we can use them for a little while, so it's actually exciting to get something in this game. Something that you can use for months on end and know that it's still going to be good come July. That's what we need. We don't need more every single week. And by the wording, it just doesn't seem like they get it. It seems like we just continue to spiral down this exact same demise that we've been going down. But you know what? That's my take on it. I think that is what this game has become. And I haven't even touched on gameplay, which I don't need to because everybody else has. I don't really even need to touch on the market because that kind of goes hand in hand with the menus and the content. If the game dies, the market dies. And, well, by the prices that you see on some of these Team of the Seasons guys, by the 42,000 coins for a Bruno Fernandes, the 40,000 for a Bukayo Saka. I'm actually losing coins on that Mac Allister right there. I didn't know he dropped so much. But by the prices that you can see by these Team of the Season cards, it goes hand in hand. If the game is dead, the market is dead. And that's exactly what has happened to the market. So that's it for today's video, guys. We'll actually get back into market talk tomorrow. But one last thing I actually want to touch on. If you've made it this far in the video, comment OG down below. I want to actually know who's making it to this part of the video. This might be the most important thing I've actually said during the video. It's the fact that as a content creator, we're tiptoeing this line because we thrive on a good game. If the game is good, if the positivity is there, it will translate to my content in the comment section, and it makes everybody happy. So just hating on EA Sports isn't really in my self-interest. It's just me coming out and being honest about what I believe. But I'll still put out titles like EA Sports has saved Tots in hopes that people will kind of buy into it, even if they haven't saved Tots, and even if I don't say anything that they did save Tots in the video. So we kind of tiptoe this exact same line, where it's like, I want people to be hyped about this game because it does help me get views. And I think a lot of creators are following that exact same, we're tiptoeing on thin ice right here because we don't want to kill the game with our negativity either. But I don't think that there's any denying the state of Team of the Season in FC25 and really how devastating the power curve has been this year, because everybody just seems to want more and more and more. The dopamine hits and the attention span is lowering, or the dopamine's not lowering. You get that in every single pack, but it definitely isn't in our self-interest for this game to be dying this early and for us to even be talking about it. But I wanted to get my thoughts out there so that I could read your guys' comments on it as well. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace out.